Hi, this is Anna Imagination with the Healing Garden. Welcome to Shifting Perspectives. So oh my God, this I had fun with this morning. I've always had like this thing in the back of my head with the five love language where I'm going, something's not right, something's weird, what's going on? And then I kind of threw them away, like, whatever. And for me, well, I'm going to explain what they really are in just a minute. And my God, I absolutely love this. So, in my discovery dinner last night, I wrote down the three forms of human connection. I said, look, we're going to go over this. There is emotional connection, and there is intellectual connection, and there is physical connection. I said, yeah, that's it. Those are your three options. And this is amazing. And that's it. Those are your those are your three kinds of connections. When you do the bids of connection, this is basically your options. You can speak words, you can give, or you can do. There you go. That's it. Say, give, or do. Now, I'm going to show you this. Look at the five love languages. Time, words, touch. Time is emotional connection. Intellectual is words, what you say. And physical is what you can do. And that's your touch. So your touch is your physical connection. Time, quality time, is emotional connection. And words is intellectual connection. So that leaves gifts and acts of service. Nurturer, provider. If you are tuned into your provider or your nurturer, your gift giving and your acts of service, they're actually completely unrelated. Now, if you are a foundational 1 through 4, you are most likely going to be gifting and servicing. Those are your lower functions. 1 through 4 lower functions. Once you surpass lower function and you get into your higher function, you're going to be focused more on touch, time, and words. And that's your higher function. So the lower function, the provider and the nurturer, the gift and the service, is very much your, let's go back to prehistoric man and early anthropology. God, I haven't studied those topics in a while. Let me think here for a minute. I got this. I got to go back to anthropology. Farmer, hunter, hunter-gatherer. Wow, that was hard. Well, I told you this was like, let's pull this out. It's been a while. So hunter is the provider and gatherer is the service. Actually, it's reversed. But yeah, hunter-gatherer. The gift and the service is hunter-gatherer, provider, nurturer mentality. Like I said, lower function. And that's early man. Once you get into lower function or higher function, now you're going to be looking into emotional connection, intellectual connection, and physical connection. You're going to be looking at time, words, or touch, which is your acts of service, that's going to be your quality time, your words of affirmation, or physical contact. Yeah, that's physical, emotional, intellectual. In my opinion, they are completely different. You're looking at, well, are you a giver or are you a servicer? And then putting that aside, are you time, words, or touch? And now we're looking at the emotional, intellectual, or the physical. Now, the physical, this is where it gets really silly because yeah, there's like an order. This is what I call sloppy psychology. The love languages are really sloppy psychology because I'm like, okay, you mixed a whole lot of stuff in here. You've got the hunter-gatherer over here with nurturer provider, and then you've thrown in the three forms of the bids of connection. So you've got the bids of connection with hunter-gatherer. Like, what are you doing? And it's because this is sloppy psychology. So then you have, which is why a person walks away with two or three of them, is because, flip side of it. I am an active servicer and I am words of affirmation and time. Touch in gifting is way down at the bottom. So yeah, emotion and intellectual. So if you are a lower function, intellectual isn't even going to answer into this, which is your words of affirmation. Yeah, that is like higher function only. So if you are a lower function, you're not even going to have anything available for the intellectual connection. It's something you don't value. And then if you have emotion or time, literally, now you're looking at fun and experience and the adventure. That's emotional connection. You are literally looking to connect through love, through the emotion of love and joy or enjoyment. That is exactly what time is. Spending time together. It's not actually time at all. What you're really doing is you are tapping into an emotional connection where you are seeking out the experience of a shared adventure, which is where you're tapping into love and interests. So, yeah, that's your emotional connection, which a lot of people require the emotional connection. If you don't spend time together doing something that you love, and people focus on, oh, it's the time, it's giving time to you. It's not giving time to you. So we have now two things in our society called quality time and time. And it's because oh, when you have sloppy psychology, you require more words. They've complicated it. And that's the problem because they're using the wrong word. It's not time. What it is joy or love connection. You are looking to share fun. So you're basically looking for an emotional connection. And to do that, you have to exchange joy or fun. You have to literally connect over the emotion. So once you emotionally connect, the question is, do you also need to intellectually connect? Now, if you are a lower function, no. If you're a higher function, yes. Now it's a question of which one is more important to you. A sapiosexual is somebody who has intellectual connection. That's it. That's why a sapiosexual is so separate from somebody else, is because they are higher function. Now, likewise, then you get into pansexual, you get into all the other gender fluids, it's because they're higher function. Now they're seeing beyond the physical because they're more into the abstract. Oh, this is fascinating. Oh, I'm so fascinated by all of this. This is amazing. So, yeah, it's a question of, and here's the thing is you have physical, and then as you evolve, you get emotional, and then as you evolve, you get intellectual. So this is really it. You've got, and this is again how intelligent you are, how much you've evolved on the stages of growth. Or back to the spiral dynamics again. So you have physical, which is basically primitive, and then you have emotional, and then you have the intellectual. And then you have your provider gatherer. You have your gifter or you have your nurturer. So if you're lower function, you're going to be, I'm a gifter, I'm a servicer, and I'm physical. Now, servicer is people pleasing. Oh, that's total people pleasing. So if you have a gift, oh yeah, that is the first perspective, 100%. That's first perspective. Yeah, and the gifter is the second perspective. And the physical connection would be the third perspective. Absolutely. But the emotional would be your fourth perspective, and then your intellectual is going to be your fifth perspective. Boom, there you go. All right, we're done with this. Isn't this fun? So when you look at the 5 stages or the 5 love languages, what you're looking at is the lowest function is giving, which is your first. I'm sorry, that's second. The first is service. That's caregiver stage. That's first perspective. Your second is going to be the gifting. That's your provider, your resourcefulness. The third is going to be your physical, which is why they are so violent, is because they are so tuned into the physical. And then your fourth is emotional. That is your fourth perspective with you needing to follow law, rules, all that jazz. And then the fifth is your intellectual. So once you get into the sixth perspective, you're going to see a lot less of the gifting, almost none at all. Oh, wow, this is amazing. So based on somebody's love languages, you can literally determine where they are on the spectrum. I just found a way to communicate to all of you in such a way that you will be able to determine within 5 simple questions where they are on the spectrum. Oh, isn't this going to be fun? And you already are familiar with the love languages. Now I can just translate them for you. So here's what I'm going to do. When I create my pack, I have a dating pack. This is, you're on a first date. It's basically a breakdown game that I'm going to have where you guys can walk through all the questions that you need to ask so you can determine all that you need to ask when you are on a discovery dinner. It's the first 4 preliminary stages of determining if you want to have a relationship with someone. And it's basically very interactive. The way to do this would be to determine your love languages. And your primary love language is going to tell a person where exactly they are on the spectrum without having to do so. Men, here is what you need to do. This is amazing. A man can determine which level of the 5 mindsets a woman is at based on the love languages. If she has words of love, you know that she is most likely a freedom fighter or she is an independent. She's autonomous. No second perspective would ever have words of love. She would be acts of service. A second perspective would be absolutely acts of service. Holy shit, there you go. And quality time. There you go. There it is. Acts of service and quality time. She's a second perspective. Wow. This is extraordinary. Oh, I know exactly how to decode this for you. That way you can go in and ask a woman, this is what the love language is what are your love languages? They would be able to say, oh, these are my love languages. And based off of her answers can tell you where she is on the spectrum so you know how to navigate her. There you go. Likewise, flip it around. Men are the same way. Ask them what their love languages are. I'm saying gender is male, female. Really, it isn't. This is any person. Any person. If you determine which of these love languages is their priority, it tells you exactly where they are on the spectrum. Holy shit, this is amazing. This is amazing. Oh my God, this is so fucking easy. You are going to love this. Okay. So I'm going to put together the discovery. I'm going to put together the kit. And it'll be a combination of a worksheet with the questions and the stages. This is going to be really awesome. Okay, I'm going to have so much fun with this. And then I'm going to like apply it and hand it to people like, here, I want you to try this. If you're on a date, try this. All right. Excellent. Yeah, so there's that. I was not expecting to pull that apart when I started to pull apart the love languages. I'm like, these are sloppy. Why are they so horrible? And then I broke them down and I'm like, oh, that's why. Okay, so if you love shit like this, like, subscribe, follow, comment below. Let me know what part of the show resonated with you. And if you want to join my city, take a look at the city directory, the Linktree account. Thank you so much, and may the kindest of words always find you.